Have a seat. Welcome to the Comedy Cube. I am your host, Darren Capozzi, where we have the world's funniest, most talented comedians on the planet. So make some noise, guys. I'm so excited to bring up this lady. She is the mom in the miniskirt and host of the OMG spot. Everyone make some noise for Maggie Hyde!
Look at you guys, such a hot young audience. Oh my goodness, a little about me. I'm Maggie Hyde. I'm a single mom. Probably old enough to be all of your moms. Some days. You know what's hard about being a parent? You have to pretend to enjoy all those things your kids enjoy. Like kids' birthday parties, play dates, their father. But I do surprisingly well on dating apps. And I think it's because my profile says that I don't want kids. And then they find out it's because I have 4. I know it sounds like a lot, but I really love being a mom. And you know what they say about having kids? It's a lot like making pancakes. First one's kind of fucked up. Probably should have thrown it away. But I think it's more like eating pancakes. You always regret having your 4th one. Oh, a lot of first pancakes out there, huh? Oh, sensitive. I'm a first pancake too. Yeah, my first pancake is not happy about this joke. She actually disinvited me from her graduation and her wedding. And I was like, aw, you don't get to redos of those special days, very often. A wedding special, you don't get to do it over, unless you're me. Then you do it twice. Maybe 3 times. I mean, I believe in love, right? Oh. My youngest daughter, she is 10, and she craves structure and rules. And the other day she came up to me and she told me that she wanted me to have a swear jar. And I was like, I'll pay you $20 to shut the fuck up about the swear jar. And she was like, how about 80? And I was like, I have taught you some fucking things. Yeah. She recently lost a tooth, and I really don't think she believes in the tooth fairy anymore. I think she's just faking it. But it's kind of sweet. I mean, she's pretending to believe in the tooth fairy, and I'm pretending that her TikTok dances are all innocent, Ooh, yeah. This pandemic had changed the way we all do everything, but especially at home as a parent. I mean, we used to sit down to dinner and say grace. Now we just say fuck it. Yeah. Even with my older kids, with my 19-year-old son, I used to be like, when are you going to stop smoking weed? And now I'm like, when are you going to come home with weed? Yeah. Kids, they grow up so fast. My first pancake, when she was a teenager, I walked in on her having sex with her boyfriend. And I was shocked. I didn't even know she knew what sex was, let alone reverse cowgirl. Ooh, the apple does not fuck far from the tree. Oh, too much? Oh, you look really well adjusted. Are you a daddy's girl? No, not me either. I'm more of a daddy's issues girl. When I was growing up, my dad was a very successful workaholic, and I think that all the men I've ever dated have been intimidated. They didn't think they could give me what my daddy could. I was like, yes, you can. Just come to one of my birthday parties. But it's kind of unfair. I have a half-brother who does nothing and sits around and counts his money like Scrooge McDuck, and he attracts beautiful, intelligent women way out of his league. But when you're the daughter of a wealthy man, you attract beautiful, intelligent con artists, right? So it's kind of like I'm the Statue of Liberty laying down. Bring me your poor, your tired, your well-endowed felons. Are there? Yeah. I finally met a guy the old-fashioned way, drunk at a bar while I was out with one of his friends. Oh, she knows. And you know what? It's been a long time since I've dated because of the pandemic. I really do think the Me Too movement has had a positive effect on guys. When I was out with him, he kept asking me for consent. I just wish he'd done it before he was inside of me. Yeah. So I've been married twice. Did you know? Did you know you could actually get worse at something? Yeah, I'm the poster child. But the end of my last marriage, I was willing to do anything to save it. I learned to cook, I went to therapy, and I even took a class on how to give a great blowjob. It's not that I learned anything that technical, but I did learn that the secret to giving a great blowjob was pretending you like doing it. I guess it was more of an acting class. But marriage is rough, especially one of my husbands was mentally ill, and being with someone bipolar is like being on a roller coaster that never fucks you. Ooh, sorry, guys. But you know what? That's the great thing about having two ex-husbands. When I tell a joke about one, they think it's about the other. Yeah, it's a lot. It helps a lot. My girlfriends and I talk about the divorce diet. When one of us gets a divorce, we lose 10 pounds, we look and feel so much better. But I don't think the same is true for guys. I think they gain weight, they look depressed, and I think it's because they don't have the same emotional support from their guy friends. I mean, I can't see guys sitting around like, bro, she was totally dimming your light. Let's go on a cleanse and take a pole dancing class. Dude, it is so empowering. Young guys hit on me a lot. There are a lot of young guys here. But young guys, they don't want a relationship. They want story, the magic of the MILF. And they'll be like, please, 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 I've been so good. And I'm like, what am I, Santa? And then I'm like, ho, 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 maybe I am Santa. Whoa. Yeah. And I have a lot of kids, and none of my son's friends had ever hit on me, but recently, this kid I'd known since he was like 5, like my adopted son, came up behind me when I was putting dishes away in the kitchen and asked me to fuck him. Yes, I was shocked that it took him so long to try. Am I even still hot? Yeah, when I tell that joke around LA, guys will come up to me afterwards and be like, that kid is my hero. I told that joke in front of him and he didn't come to my house for 6 months. Poor guy. I didn't date for a while, and I am constantly surprised by all the unsolicited dick pics. And they don't turn me on, but they do cheer me up. They really cheer us up, right, ladies? And I've seen some creative ones. I've seen dicks photographed next to wine bottles and salad tongs. But by far my favorite was a dick photographed next to a bottle of Lysol. And I was like, ooh, big and clean. Yeah. But the audacity of guys these days, they'll ask you to send them just about anything, and you do, because if you don't, they will find someone who will. I mean, it starts out with an innocent selfie and ends with a clip pic and your social security number. What was I thinking? COVID, there was like one silver lining. I didn't have to lie to my kids about why I didn't want to take them to Disneyland anymore. I mean, when you're a parent in Southern California and you can afford to go, it's kind of like you're the Grinch or something. I used to tell my youngest that the park was in Massachusetts. But I think the real reason that I hate Disneyland is the rides remind me of a map of all my failed relationships. Like Splash Mountain Ride, it reminds me of all my hookups. Never as wet as I thought I would be, and God, I wish there weren't any pictures. And it's a Small World ride. It reminds me of divorce. I mean, you're in the dark, it takes forever, and at the end of the day, I'm just stuck with a bunch of singing children. I can still hear it in my head. Oh my God, I can still hear it. It's a world of lawyers, a world of tears. It's a world of secrets and wasted years. There's so much that we share that it's time to beware. Why did I ask for full custody? Did you guys know they don't serve alcohol at Disneyland? You would if you were a parent. They try to sell California Adventure as this like separate theme park. No, it's really just a bar for grown-ups. I mean, we would run there if it was just a tire swing and a keg. Thank you. This part of my set was brought to you by Knott's Berry Farm. They have to have booze because they only have Snoopy. But seriously, the other silver lining to this whole mess is I decided to just go off all the dating and the apps and stuff because I didn't want to worry about COVID and herpes at the same time. You all feel me. But you know, I really fucking hate dating apps because they've turned people into the equivalent of fast food. They're not good for you, but they're hot and available right now. I mean, right? But this one guy I dated, he was just like Chick-fil-A. Warm, delicious, but my gay friends were not having it. Mm-mm. This other guy, he was just like Subway, a foot long, but kind of weird with my kid. And the last guy, I mean, he was truly a Happy Meal. He left a smile on my face, but the toy was the best part. Ooh. Oh, thank you guys. I'm Maggie Hyde. Thank you so much. Woo.
This has been a Funny Media Group production.